You, stuck in the web of procrastination and lacking discipline. It's time to admit that you've been avoiding responsibilities and it's holding you back. Stop sugarcoating your failures with these flimsy excuses. You know very well that laziness and distractions have been ruling your life. You've become complacent with mediocrity, choosing comfort over growth. Well, guess what? Real change demands discomfort, and you must embrace it. Recognize your lack of discipline has cost you precious opportunities. The time wasted cannot be recovered, but you can make amends starting right now. Deep down, you know you have untapped potential. It's time to unleash it and stop hiding behind your procrastination as an excuse. Procrastination is often the result of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. It's time to confront these fears and break free. Sure, discipline might seem like a foreign concept to you right now, but it takes time to face the music and make discipline your new best friend. You've been avoiding accountability, but it's time to take responsibility for your actions. Hold yourself accountable for your progress, or the lack thereof. Feel the weight of regret for all the time wasted and opportunities missed. Let it fuel your determination to change and make the most of every moment moving forward. Change won't happen overnight, and it won't be easy, but you're not looking for easy. You are looking for growth. Embrace the process, and you'll come out stronger. Oh, look at you, drowning in a sea of indecision and inaction. Your inability to make choices or stick to a plan is pathetic. Stop trying to cover up your laziness with those pathetic excuses. Nobody buys them, not even yourself. Just think about all the potential you've wasted by wallowing in your lack of discipline. It's truly, truly sickening. You're nothing more than a slave to comfort and instant gratification. You can't even withstand the slightest bit of discomfort to achieve your goals. Your willpower is laughable, and your mind is even weaker. It's time to toughen up, Buttercup, and take control. While you're busy procrastinating, the world just keeps moving forward. Your lack of discipline is causing you to fall way behind. You've become a master of self-sabotage, always finding ways to hinder your progress. It's time to break free from this vicious cycle. Congratulations, you've built a cozy nest in the land of mediocrity. How does it feel to be just average? Or maybe below average? Way below average. You don't need coddling. You need a reality check. Stop babying yourself and face the truth. You are weak. Enough is enough. Rise from the ashes of your weaknesses and become the disciplined, proactive force you know that you can be. Or don't, and stay exactly as you are.
Tuesday, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Welcome, friends and family. Good afternoon on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching it on the replay, thank you for watching on the replay. So today, our goal is to finally finish up Playwright. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of Playwright and I'm ready to get to next week because next week is going to be really fun. We're going to be transitioning into DevOps. Starting with Terraform. So if you're not familiar with Terraform, I would say start looking up what it is, and then I'll go into a little bit more about it next week. And and we're just gonna start working with that. And then after we finish with Terraform, because I have a more pressing need to know that. After we finish with Terraform, then we will go more into the full DevOps process. But for today, we are going to finish struggling through Playwright. Before we do that, let me put this up real quick. Get rid of this one. Let me do that. All right. So if you have not done so already, check out the Patreon, see what's in it. It's going to have exclusive content about tech stuff and, how to get through, how to build some experience. Check it out, 3 tiers. The info is in there. I don't want you to be one of those people who end up wanting to try to reach out to me after it's too late and then there's no spots available in there. So then you can't be part of the team who's going to be doing some amazing stuff together. And then you made some decisions that now you wish that you would have talked to me first. So I would say if you want to get more access to me, more strategies, more tips, more tricks, more things on the work ethic that you need to make it through, sign up. But if not, you can stay as the spellcaster said, you can stay exactly as you are. That the choice is totally up to you. The way that it works is for those who work with me, I will dedicate my time and pretty much my life to them. And for those who don't, as DJ Khaled said, you either win with us or you watch us win. I don't think about you. I don't know you. And I appreciate you watching the stream. But the ones who have decided to work with me, I dedicate my time, my life to making sure that they are successful and they achieve all of their goals, especially their career and technical goals. All right. So that is that. Let's get into the agenda for today. So first things first, shout out to all the newest subscribers.
I appreciate you.
And let's just go with some names real quick because I have these up handy and dandy. So
I appreciate you.
Bruno Dave, welcome to the channel. Hopefully I can add tons and tons of value to you. And then we have
appreciate
AP 1884. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say sac passe. 1804. So if you know, you know. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you as part of the family. And last but certainly not least, we have
I appreciate
Sweet
you.
Caramel JR2. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully I can add tons and tons of value into your life. Shout out to all the newest subscribers. You all are absolutely amazing. All right. Next up, what is our show schedule? So we have our live shows. We have Sunday afternoons, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, 2:15. We do software explorations. We are moving away from some QA stuff into DevOps, right? Starting with Terraform and then moving on to more full-rounded DevOps, right? So if you're interested in DevOps, this is the place to be on a Sunday afternoon. Get your week started right. Be successful. Do the challenging things early in the day, early in the week, and then watch yourself flourish and win. All right. On Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A sessions where we find different questions from the chat or from across the web that I have sourced, and we answer those questions. We, meaning I, Tech Coach Ralph, answer the question for you. All right. So whatever technical questions, QA related questions, IT related questions that you have, I will do my best to answer. And if I am not able to answer, not only will I come back and find the answer for you, right? But I can guarantee that my friends in the chat, shout out to Don, shout out to Good Guy, shout out to Manny, and everyone else. Oh, and Hassam, I believe his name is. I'm sure they will have the answers for you because they are amazing, talented, smart individuals. So if you have a question, come in on Tuesday nights and ask it or find out from other people's questions. All right. And then we have Thursday nights, which are also software explorations. All right. 3-syllable words, software explorations. All right. And we, right now we're still sticking to QA. I'm going to do a little bit more QA things, and then we will figure something, like we might go into some more automation or some more frameworks, maybe APIs. I don't know. We will figure that out as the time comes. All right. So yeah, that is our live show schedule. That is Sunday afternoons, software explorations, going into DevOps. Then we have Tuesday nights Q&A sessions, and we have Thursday nights, 7:15 p.m. for Tuesday and Thursday. 7:15 p.m. we have more software explorations. Right now, sticking to QA. All right? All right, cool. You got it. Shout out to that. All right. Next thing up, if you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button, share the video with somebody who will find it useful, and subscribe to the channel. So then you can talk in the chat with me, because I love to interact with you. Like, I thought like live streaming was fun and stuff, but when I actually get on a call with you guys and, get to find out more about you, I get to tell you what I'm working on, my background and everything like that, I think that it is very, like, it's so meaningful and stuff. Like I had a call earlier today at noon with my buddy Manny, and that was a great call. I had a call with Don the other day. That was a great call. And, so that's amazing. So shout out to that. Like, subscribe to the channel, chat with me, and then we can connect and we can have a conversation and, see what we can do from there. All right, let me see. Let's see what else we have on our agenda before we move on. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna say something. All right. Did I say no, I didn't say the pre-record. Oh my goodness gracious. I didn't say the pre-recorded show schedule, did I? So the pre-recorded show schedule is Mondays, Candid Conversations, all times at noon Eastern time, Candid Conversations. We have Wednesdays, we have software explorations where we go over concept overviews of, right now we're going through introductory level QA. So we're talking about that. And then Fridays, we have the bug bite, and hopefully that you were able to learn about that global pandemic that we had back in 2005. Or was that 2008? 2005, I think, right? Hopefully you were able to learn about it because that was totally news to me, and it was crazy. Death everywhere. Virtually death everywhere. Anyways, that's enough of that. And this Monday's Candid Conversation, it is going to be serious. Very, very serious. I think the biggest mistake is that we follow the worst advice that was ever given. All right. Tune in for that. It's premiering at noon. All right. Just don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Okay. Next thing up, right? We're going to talk about this, and then I'm gonna tell you a little story that had me feeling some type of way, right? But it was all good because it's a very, very good person. So what I want to talk to you real quick, right, is we don't we don't use our resources to the best of our ability. Like it's crazy to me that how much not even including like the power of Google, of Wikipedia, of nowadays AI and stuff like that, but the resources of people, of human capital that we have available to us that we don't use, right? I remember in July and in August, I would say send me your resumes and let me look it over for you and review it for you and all that. And I barely got many people reach out to me, right? And then like from the sample size of resumes that I did get, and I saw how bad those were, and how I could pretty much end up giving them the same general information on how to enhance it, right? So I can only imagine how bad like all these people out here who are applying for jobs, how bad their resumes are, and when they had the opportunity to have someone who's been in the industry for 15 plus years to review it for them, and they were silent, and maybe the ones who did send it, they didn't really make much changes to it. Or I might give them some advice. I say, oh, reach out to me if you need to get help to prepare for this interview or something, whatever the case may be. And they stay quiet, right? And then you might have some people as part of like maybe they're in part of some type of Discord or whatever the case may be, right? Another example of this Slack group that I'm in, so many different talented people in there, but it's kind of quiet. And I'm like, you have all these people at your disposal that you can glean information from and learn from, and we don't use those resources to the best of our ability. Like, I made myself available to help and to everything like that, but it's like, oh, it's kind of quiet. There's a few people that I reach out to me and we work closely and everything like that. Right. But then it's like the majority of people, I don't know, maybe you guys either aren't that serious about what you say you want, or maybe the case, I don't know, maybe you're scared to approach people even when they say, hey, come talk to me and I'll help you out. But your actions do not align with your alleged goals, right? I have a group of people who like, they show up, right? They say, this is what I want to do. And then they show up and they go at it and they kill it. Right. But then it's like, maybe they're the 1%. I don't know. Right. Because a lot of other people, they'll say something and then you don't see them for God knows how long. Right. And then they just pop back up in the blue and they said, and then when you say, oh, what did you do? Da, 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 and then they start with some excuse. And then it's like, I start getting my allergic reaction and I'm like, okay, I got to go. It's getting hot in here. This isn't going to work for me. Take your excuses and take them to your house, right? So my recommendation, right, is to set your goals and then see your, like, this straight from David Goggins, set your goals, see yourself at the finish line and go out there and get it, right? Or you don't have to as well. It's really up to you. Like I said earlier, it makes no difference to me because my team is going to win. The people that are with me, they're going to win. So, and I'm going to make sure of that because if they start to decide not to win, then they get cut off the roster, just like a NBA team. If you don't want to perform, then, you're gone. Right. So like I said, space is limited. So that's totally up to you. I'd say set hard goals and you work at them. And even if you don't accomplish it exactly as you want it or in the time frame that you want, you're going to be a lot further than if you were to start off with excuses on why you can't achieve those goals. A lot of times like, oh, I want to do this. And then what comes right after is like all the reasons that you can't do it. Right. What I do is when I say I want to accomplish this and I'm like, well, okay, what is the formula that I need to do to get it? I'll give you a quick example. When I have competitions in jiu-jitsu, right? And I have to cut some weight, and I can at this point I have a mathematical formula saying if I do exactly this, and this by this date, I'm going to be at this weight, and then if I do this, and this, I can eat this, and I can maneuver that way, all that good stuff. And it's never failed me yet, right? Always made weight, always good, right? Sometimes it's a lot harder depending on where you're at, but you just have to, when it's harder, you have to go harder, right? You don't let it defeat you. You don't let it, you don't let the challenge make you hold its pocket and walk behind it, right? You take control and you show the challenge who's boss, right? So, now that we have the Patreon, the way that people are going to get in contact with me easiest is through there. It's like higher the tier you are, like the more access that you have. So seats are limited, and if you don't, then you don't. And the people who do, then they win, and you watch from the outside, and you wish you were winning as well. So shout out to the Patreon members, to my barbarians. All right. Last thing, on Monday for all tiers, it's going to I'm putting the video where one of my jiu-jitsu friends, he had an idea for this list that this list that we have of like instructionals, right? And in the spur of the moment, I'm like, oh, maybe I can do some type of I call it the engineer to win mindset, where you come up with like a solution on the fly and you just do it, right? So I thought about it. I'm like, oh, let me see if I can do it, and I just recorded it, and so on Monday it's going to be available to all tiers. Right now it's available to the highest tiers, to the 2 highest tiers, and on Monday it's releasing where I go and update my own resume and show you guys how I'm updating it, what I am, why I'm updating it that way. When I changed the format, I changed the description. I used some AI in there. That is releasing on Monday to the top 2 tiers in the Patreon, and then to all tiers it will be available on Friday. All right, so check that out. Like I said earlier, the mid tier, they get some one-on-one time with me. The highest tier, they get a lot of one-on-one time with me. All right, so do yourself a favor, sign up to the Patreon, or don't, and stay exactly as you are. What's it to me? My team is going to win. All right. So that is that. Shout out to all of that information.
We the best.
All right. Now, I want to address this, right? Because it had me feeling some type of way. All right. So I, of course, my phones have pretty much always, except for like the very first iPhone that came out, my phones have pretty much always been Android, right? From the Google G1 where the thing it slid up, all the way to today where I have a OnePlus, right? Very, very fast and everything. I love it. But I was on this coaching call, right, this past Friday, and I was asked, oh, what would you recommend for a computer to do certain things, like to do like coding and all that type of stuff, right? And I thought about it. I'm like, I would probably go with a Mac. And they were like, oh, that's surprising coming from you because you're an Android person. And I was like, I see where this is going. I see where this is going. So that had me feeling some type of way, because I love my Android phones, but for my work stuff and for development and all that type of stuff, I do prefer Macs for this type of work that I do, with the terminal, and it's already built in, and the ease of installing certain applications, and just like and not to mention the M1 processors, except for depending on the year you got, then you might not be able to have dual monitors, but we got that accomplished, right? Anyways, but yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I felt like Denzel Washington in Training Day was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, right? but it's all good because the person is amazing. So shout out to the person who called me out on my Apple recommendation. We'll talk about that more later. Anyways, let's move on. All right. So, what is next? We are going to get to work because we definitely want to wrap up Playwright today. I'll give some feedback on Playwright today, right? Right now. It's in JavaScript, right? Which is fine. You just, need to know the syntax and everything like that. But the concepts stay the same. So when I see like the positions like, oh, Playwright, Cypress, all that, which we'll do Cypress eventually, maybe in a few weeks, maybe on a Thursday night. But it's like when I see Cypress and Playwright and I'm like, well, it's not much different than like doing it in Selenium. They might have advantages into like how their framework is built and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, writing the test is going to follow the same pattern, right? I'm probably still want to use the page object model just to organize stuff, all that good stuff. So I don't. To me, I remember like I said when I was first getting into it, somebody asked me, "Oh, are you excited to get into Playwright?" I was like, not really. And then after using it a bit, I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." But then now again, I'm like, it's automation is automation to me, regardless of the tool or the framework or the language you use. It's the concepts that matter. It's having the right selectors that matter, because at the end of the day, you still need to know the concepts and how to choose right selectors, all that good stuff. So that's my take on Playwright. Whether it was Cypress or Playwright, like if I had learned Playwright first, maybe I'd feel that way about Selenium, right? But to me, automation is automation. Whichever tool that you use, that's what you're as long as you can actually accomplish the mission, get the job done. So like, let's say I'm working in a web dev industry, right? And it's like using React and stuff like that. Then I might want to use it with Playwright or with Cypress, right? But if I'm working like, let's say with some type of backend system or something to that extent, then I might go with Java or with Python. Maybe it depends on which language the development is being done in. I'll go with one of those. So that's my take on after these past 2 weeks, and today's going to be the third week of using Playwright. I'm pretty much over it. We're going to finish automating JetBlue. I'm going to see if I can get some type of page object structure going with this, and once we're done today, like even if we're not completely done, we're gonna kick it to the curve, and we are going to dive into DevOps. And one more thing.
Message.
So we will be starting probably on Sundays, because we have a little bit more time on Sundays, where we're going to take the first 20 to 30 minutes where we try to go through a coding challenge. And we're going to put the timer up for 30 minutes, right? And we're just going to work on this coding challenge. And wherever we get to when the timer goes off, that's where we stop. And we can pick it up next time to finish it. But, the coding challenges, that's practice for us, right? That's us in the gym taking 100 shots, 1,000 shots, right? A day. Because we need to stimulate our mind. We need to put that work in. We need to show that we are engineered to win. And that we do not only show up to, remember, practice. We talking about practice? No, we are talking about practice. We are going to, we practice on our own time so we can shine when we're on center stage. All right? So keep that in mind. Look out for that coming soon. All right? All right. So let's see how we're going to do this. So let's talk about it. So let's see. So what we're going to do now is we are going to, so we're going to do 20 minutes working, 5-minute break. All right. During the break, we will either answer the chat or we will go on LinkedIn and look for different jobs. All right. That is our plan for today. But before we can do that, we need some energy.
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
All right. We're going to be drinking some dark chocolate coffee. Let's see how that tastes. Pretty good. Pretty good, actually. All right. So we got our electrolytes here. We have our coffee here. I think we're ready to go. All right. So we will be switching between screens, but let's get our timer up on the screen. Oh, and we have a code review to do to finish off the day today. And we'll do that code review towards the end of the show. Let me write it down so I don't forget, because I am getting old, regardless of what it may look like. All right, so here we are. One second. All right, some of these alarms on these apps, they drive me crazy. Anyways, back to it. So we are going to go between Playwright and the website. We had transitioned to JetBlue last week because Southwest was not playing fair. So let's go. All right. So let's get our time up. Okay, we got our time up, and we are going to put 20 minutes on the clock, and we are going to get to work.
It's time to do.
Right. So when we last left off, right, we were doing so we had wrote a test. We got all the way up to, where did we get up to? We chose the departure date, chose the return date. Click search flight, verified that select flights was showing. And then we did see fares, fare card detail. We got a good chunk done, right? So we got up to verify header, title of the trip, and price details. So we want to keep going, fill out some of the trip information, and we probably won't go out as far as this part, and we'll see what happens, right? So let's get it running. So the first thing we always do, we try to run it to make sure that things are on the up and up. So what is the command again? It's Playwright, I believe. All right, let's put up the Playwright documentation because I do not memorize this stuff. So I think it's like Playwright test, something like that. So how to run an example. So, okay, NXP Playwright test. All right, let's do that. So we're gonna do NXP. Let's switch to the NXP Playwright test. know, it'd be cool if I set up when I start typing in one of the screens that the screen that I'm typing in, it automatically switches to that one. I have to look to see if that's possible. So that way I don't forget to switch over. So when I start typing here, when I start typing NPX, it would switch over and you guys can see what I'm doing. So I don't forget to switch screens like I've been doing lately. All right, anyways, so let's give it a run. Oh, and I think we have to do it in Firefox because Chrome was acting up last week. All right, so now it's running. Oh, I should have did it where it did it only one browser, but all of our tests passed, so that's cool. So now if we do npx playwright show report, and it opened it over here, and there goes our report of everything that ran. That means you got all the way to click the first business class returning flight. So we got all the way to there, right? Let's see. Yeah, so it would have did all of that. Although the name is still Southwest, but it's JetBlue. All right. So that works. So in that case, we can continue to automate, and then we can start optimizing. All right, because we like to optimize. So let's go to JetBlue. Let's catch up to where this test left off. Okay. So let's say we have NYC to Burbank, September 15 to Monday, September 8. All right, so now we click on see fares. And we get, okay, so fare card 1. So that I suppose it's this one. And then we do see fares again. And we do this one. And we say accept. Okay, so now we have to, oh, okay. So this is, all right, so let's do this. Let's do this one. And now we do click. So that, I'm guessing this click continues from the Southwest flow that we wrote out, right? So let's do click accept restrictions, just so that can match with what we're working on. Let's get the code for that. What I'm doing right now, I'm just writing out all the code, right? And then once I finish writing the code, I'm going to optimize it where we try to implement the page object model and all that good stuff, so we don't continue having to have repetitive code or have an ugly looking test. We want very clean tests, okay? So this one is accept restrictions. Let's find a good one for it. Let's see here. Let's copy this. It's going to use some CSS selector. I'm going to take, oops, not like that. I just copy the whole thing. And we're going to say span dot let's try it like this. Span let's find that again. Oh, okay. I see what this is. So it's like this actually. Okay. All right. So we have that. So we have to click on, but there's two of them, right? So let's see. So switch to blue, and that one is the first one. What's the difference with the second one then? So it's like a lot of comparing that you end up having to do because you have to compare what's the difference between the first and the second one. All right. Are they the same? They look exactly the same. Guess we could use the text if we had to. Let's see here. Let's try the text first. Okay, so we're gonna do a CSS select or XPath. What am I doing? So we're gonna do span. Let's see here. Span. Oh, okay. I see what it is. Accept restrictions. Let's see what this is taking. So span. Oh, wait a second. Contains. Okay. So we got that. And we're gonna go here. Here. Okay. And then we are going to do click. All right. And then let's see here. So that should work. All right. So that should click on this accept restrictions. Let's do that. So now this is happening and we have our shopping cart. So now let's validate that the shopping cart header is displayed. So we are going to use, so let's do verify header is displayed. And we could do probably this right here, right? So let's take let's go with this, and then we're gonna say verify the header. Let's look at the other one that we had for the header. So we're gonna verify a couple of things. We're gonna take this right here, verify the title. All right, so there's one validation. And then we're going to add another one where maybe it wasn't here. Let me look for, let's look in the documentation. All right, what do we got? Okay, get by role. Let's try that one. We're gonna use the await one for the get by roll. Last time the get by roll wasn't working too well for me, but let's see if it makes any difference today. Wait. So we are here and we're saying await, expect. Page.get by row. Heading. And so I have a mistake here. So it's heading. Get by row and then heading. And after heading, we have name, and then we have shopping cart. We have shopping cart, and let me see. Okay, so the name goes inside of the brackets. That's the dictionary. All right, shopping cart, and then to be visible, I guess. All right, so we have that. Have that, and I think that's it for now, just so we can see if that part works, right? And I think we're at a good point to actually run it and see how that goes. All right, so let's do it. Where's the run button? We're gonna do npr. Oops. Why is it not? All right, so this is what we have. We have the to have title, JetBlue cart, and then get by row heading, and it's looking for shopping cart. The name should be shopping cart. And now we are trying to exit out of that, and we are going to run it again. All right, let's go with it, and we press enter. I forgot to specify for which particular browser again, but it's fine because it's gonna work, or up to a certain part at least. So it failed over here at line 45 to be visible. All right, so let's look at the documentation and see what is happening. Let's look at the results first. Let's see here. Timed out waiting for it to be visible. Do we have a screenshot? Let's see. Okay, so heading shopping cart. All right, let's look what it says here. It says shopping cart. See, that's why I don't really like that way. I'm just gonna put it back to the regular CSS because I don't trust it. So let's do Let's see. Let's take this code right here. Okay, copy that. And let's say, oops. That's a one-to-one match. Let's go with that. All right, so we are going to change this to page. Oh, is that what it is? Let's try that. And then okay, so get roll by heading. Resolve function on. So this is connected to this. Let me look at their code again. So expect page dot get roll by. So heading comma. And let's see, heading name installation to have this heading name. So what we will do is wait a second. So they have it like this. Oh wait, expect page roll by. Let's go with that. I don't know. I'm gonna run it one more time, and if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna switch it over to the regular way of doing it. All right. So same thing. All right. So we're gonna switch it over then, right? We're gonna do get by locator. So let's get rid of that. We are going to do get over here.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, and we're gonna do expect. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, wait, page dot locator. Well, wait. Expect. What are we asserting? What are we expecting here? Okay, so we're gonna do. I think I had another one up there. So we're gonna do. I guess that was the only expect that we used. Expect dot. We expect that locator. Okay, so we're gonna go that way. And we're going to say all right. Expect locator. expect the locator to find the H1 tag. Okay, expect page locator. Let's see what's going on here. Unable to resolve. Okay, so let's see like that. What the heck is going on here? All right, so let's go to that. Locator unresolved. All right, so I will pick this part back up once we return. I'm just trying to figure out how to set the how to do the selectors in this case, but I'm sure it's pretty easy. We'll figure it out once we come back. So give me a quick second while I run and do something, and I will be right back. Let's do that. All right, I am back. It was way too quiet in here for me, and I started losing my mind. But we're back. I have something in my ear so that while I'm working, I can focus because when it gets too quiet and trying to code and stuff, it starts to drive me crazy. And
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
yeah, and you got to build strategies that work for you. So we are going to get back to it, and we're going to do it. So all right, let's get back to it. Let's put our time up on the clock.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so now we are trying to do. So we're trying to get it to verify the cart text, right? So let's take a look at our documentation first. All right, so we don't want that. We want. All right, so we don't. So what we want is. I don't like this. So expect. All right, we're gonna try. We're gonna start over. Expect, right? And it's gonna say page. Why do they have that? Locator. And then like that. All right. And then we're going to do, let's see. The actual message should be shopping cart. All right, cool. So this needs a, see, now I'm doing stuff like I was doing Python. These needs to be closed. Let's close all of these. Although it's allowing it to go through, but we need the proper syntax for the language that we're writing in. So let's do that. We have this. So we have all of this. We have closing with the semicolon. All right, close everything with semicolons. Now we are saying JetBlue shopping cart. All right, so this should validate that it says shopping cart in the, once you get to the shopping cart, like the header should be shopping cart. Let's give it a run and see what happens. All right, so 6 passed, 3 failed on has title. All right, let's see how we specify it to. I want to see it running actually. So let's see. All right, so it's going to be like this with the all right, now we're going to do, and then we're going to do project equals Chromium. And we're going to do headed so we can actually see it run. Now it's only going to run in Chromium and it's going to run in headed mode so we can see what's happening here. So, okay, so we need to wait for it to be displayed. So that's why it's failing right now. So let's go back to our documentation and find out how to do that. So now we need to look for like how to wait for that thing to be displayed. So let's do a Google search. Playwright, and we're searching for so let's do await, and then await, and then page.locator. All right, let's copy this one. And then we have that. And then wait for. And let's go with all right, and then we're gonna say using the wait format. Locator wait for options. Let's do all right, have that. And let's give it a run, see what happens. All right, so it's going through. There's a trip summary part in there. I really got to do better at changing these screens. But what I did was I added the wait for this selector, and then so made that to wait for it to be visible, and then we added to the verification here. Let's see where it failed. It's failing at the wait for it to be visible. So that now that triggers something where I saw a trip summary in there. So let me see where that came from. Maybe I'd clicked something and I missed it. So see fares, do basic. Okay. All right. So here, see fares, 67. So now accept restrictions. So that one skips. All right. So this is weird. So this the other one skips to trip summary, but this one doesn't. So let's try this. Let's move it from the shopping cart one because that can change. Let's do text banner. All right, let's try that. See what happens. Okay. Let's see. So there's still one of one text banner. So that should match for whatever shows up there. So that's a good way to do it because if you just want to have a general one for that header, then you would use you can use the text banner, I suppose. We're gonna run it and see what happens. Shopping cart might be too specific, so it wouldn't be able to be reused. So that's possible what's happening up there, right? So let's update this one too. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Can't wait to be done with Playwright, to be honest with you. Oh. So then property not found. All right, so we got past that. So text banner did work. So now our error is over here. It says that then property is not found. What does that mean? Let's find out. So Google is our best friend. Stack Overflow is our best friend. Let's see what's going on. All right. Let's see what we can find. Let's look at assertions in Playwright. So await, expect, get test by ID. Okay, two half text. All right, gotcha. So I was doing it wrong. Let's say here. And we should be able to, so we're here. So I'm changing this over here, and this right here should go inside of here. So what I did was, so earlier we updated the H1 to text banner, and then we had it, and we needed to have like the text of, and here it's gonna be shopping cart. All right. Um, it might say trip in there, so we'll see what it says, and we'll adjust accordingly as we keep going. Okay. So let's do it. Stop that, and let's just run it again. I'm gonna be doing some cool things, some different little productivity tools, implementation and design, things that I've had on a list that I've been thinking of, but just didn't have the resources to get them done. But I think I have found a little trick that is going to make everyone on my team, of course, happy. So we will look into that. But let's continue with this. What's going on? So we have. We're looking at it's right here, right? So expect page get test by. That should be the same as locator. Okay, so when it's locator, all right. So that's all right. So I'm just using the locators wrong. So it should be like that. Let me see. Oh wait, expect and then locator in between that. Mm, Something looks fishy here. I suppose I need the page. I should have two. But what's our error? Our error is expect to have with timeouts. Okay, so we got trip summary. Like, okay, so in in our browser saying summary, but in the travel browser it is saying trip summary. So let's update that then. Let's put this like that. Now it should pass. So the code was good. It's just that like we're seeing two different things, right? When we do it on our regular local browser, we're seeing shopping cart, but when the code is running, it's doing trip summary. Not sure why yet, but that can happen. So let's run it one more time and see what happens. All right, let's see. All right, so those passed. All right, cool. So now we are in a better spot. All right, so all right, so now we're here. So we're going to click on this button next for traveler information. All right.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a drink and then we're going to look at some jobs on LinkedIn. All right. So give me 1 second while I go get that drink. All right. So got the drink. We need some more energy.
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
So did you guys know which a very close and helpful friend notified me this on the stream that we're doing that Jerry Rice is like the owner of like Gold Fuel. That's pretty cool. It tastes really good too. But he's also not sponsoring the stream, so I take back what I said. Just kidding. It is good though. So let me crack that open. All right. I'm going to pull up LinkedIn and we are going to look for some jobs. Put the 5 timers up on the clock. What job do we want to look for? Let's look for. Let's look for. I don't know. Let's look for DevOps. Since we're going to be transitioning into DevOps, let's look for DevOps. All right, let's share the screen. All right, so we have. So let's find out some of the responsibilities of DevOps, right? So we have, let's see here. So work experience, knowledge, and skills. All right, so let's look at the responsibilities first, right? So provide technical advice, guidance, and recommendations to management and other technical specialists on critical IT issues and apply IT principles, concepts, methods, standards, and practices regarding the continuous delivery of services supporting all organizations' applications. Recommend new methodologies and lead implementation. Create or maintain operating systems, communication software, database packages, compilers, assemblers, and utility programs, and create new software and modify existing software to ensure efficiency and integrity between systems and applications. All right. Now, what is some of the experience needed? So this particular position, 8 to 15 years of experience with software development and delivery processes, all right? Cloud expertise, experience with platforms such as a service, PaaS, PaaS, um, experience with componentized applications for easier management. Okay. All right. So superior verbal, written. All right. Excellent analytical, interpersonal, and presentation skills. Proof of U.S. citizenship, bachelor's of arts or science degree from accredited institution or equivalent experience. All right. How many applicants do they have for this? They have 78 applicants for a. Doesn't say if it's on site or not, but I'm gonna assume that it is. Let's go to this one, right? DevOps SRE. So SRE site reliability engineer. Good knowledge of NGINX, network interfaces, good understanding of DevOps tools, Git, Jenkins, CI/CD, Docker, Ansible, playbooks, hands-on experience in cloud platform, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, and Cube, Kubernetes, I suppose, deployment playbooks, hands-on experience on Linux operating system, Unix commands for troubleshooting AIX, it's exceptional problem solving, analytical, all that stuff, right? Cool. And monitor Slack, like basic stuff. Okay. Let's see. Lab, DevOps engineer. 202 applicants on site in Philadelphia. Let's see here. So these positions, I don't see any salaries on there, but they are very so they're how would I explain this? There is a component to code involved in it, but it's not like you're actually building a software, but you would be building the infrastructure to release your software. The thing about CI/CD is that
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. You're back to work, back to work, back to work.
the thing about CI/CD is that the reason that it's so important nowadays is because it's able to catch errors, like bugs, a little better, especially when you're trying to merge into master, and it's running a series of tests and checks and everything like that. So if something goes wrong, it can go backwards and not allow that deployment. And why is that important, right? Because now the time that you get to market is so much faster than before. If you guys are not familiar with the agile development methodology and with Scrum and Kanban and everything like that, I would suggest you look it up, because that is like, if you are going into tech now, right? That is 99.9% chance of what you're going to be working with. Okay. 99.9. Jesus Christ. This thing is so annoying. This is so. I gotta shut this thing down. All right, so let's do that. All right, cool. Totally turned off. All right, so like I was saying, right? Faster time to market means that now you have a better chance of making more revenue for the company, because you're not like holding the software on the sideline. You can deploy bits and pieces of it that can add value to the users, right? So something that we're working on in the top tier of the Patreon is where we are building real user experience by building a software from scratch. Too much information already, right? So not even going to get into that. But that is and that's where DevOps comes into play with CI/CD pipelines, and when you can see that whole thing. Like, so you build the software, you write your tests, your unit tests, your API tests, your UI tests and all that, so all the different tests, right? And now you run your tests to make sure that everything is working. And now when you go to push it up to the cloud, whether you're using GitHub or whatever it is, it runs through the CI/CD to pull it in, and it says that okay, all the tests are passing in attempt to merge to master. So in merge to master, everything is passing, everything is good. Now we deploy it, and that cycle keeps going, right? It's not like somebody has to manually go in there and do this and do that and do that. That is the goal, right? Of continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, right? So that things can just flow. You just have to figure out how to write the code. But the DevOps engineers play a big part into getting that, getting the right infrastructure in place, getting the right methodology to be able to properly release that software and not cause downtime and everything like that. So that is one of the reasons that we are going into it, because it is such an essential part of the development process. And it's like it depends on the company, because some they might not have a particular DevOps engineer, and some different members of different teams or of the company will handle those certain aspects. So like the um, the developers can be, or the engineers can be working on certain parts of it, setting up their pipeline and stuff like that, and then they might have another team who's working on like getting the infrastructure set up for like the type of servers that you need to get everything to run, things like that. So, but that's where we're going to be learning it. Then that's why we're looking it up today. Okay, so let's get back to Playwright and let's try to finish this up. And on our next break, we are going to start our code review. Right, so let's put 20 minutes on the clock.
It's time to duel!
All right, and let's go to our All right, so our test passed last, right? So we have, it's looking for trip summary. On the JetBlue site, our search is over, so let's do the search again. Let me see. All right. All right, so let's pick our trips again. So bigger. Okay, so we're going with this one, this one, this one, this one. And we accept the restrictions. So on when we do it manually, it's giving us shopping cart. On the other one, it's giving us trip summary. But like when it runs the script, it's giving us trip summary. But anyway, let's see. Hopefully, this will show up on the next traveler details. Is going to show up on the trip summary part, and we can start entering that information in. All right, so we are going to do. Let's try this, right? So button. Now the question is, so there's 8 of them. So this one is, let's see what makes this one stand out. Let me see. Let's go up one. So on this one, let's try to add row of button. But now we're down to 1 of 2. Okay. So the second button isn't showing, but we can still work with that. I don't like this number over here. I'm going to. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that actually. I'm not sure if I can do that. All right, let's see. So I do that for. Oh, I can do that because I'm pretty sure that's always going to be changing. Let's think. All right, let's do a quick search. So looking for a wildcard in the attribute, not in the value. See if we can find that. See, so I know about this one, but what if it's in the actual? Let's see. Do not see it. All right, so we might have to find another way to do this because I don't see that quickly. Because yeah, like all these little numbers here, it's gonna make it not work right. So we have to think about this. Or just get it by the text actually. Let's do an XPath. Now, if you were doing this for the like in multiple languages, then using the text would not work properly for you, but alas, here we are. All right, so let's check this a little bit better. All right, so now there's 3 of those, but the first one has it. Okay, so let's add this one to the area disable. Ah, come on. All right, so now that's gonna be false. All right, so now still. Well, let's try this one. All right. So now that should at least get us to the next page. Await page locator. Ugh. Oh, come on. So this one should be. Okay. Now we are going to do this. And then here we are going to click. So let's run this and see if it takes us to the traveler page. Let's go. So it should be next checkout. All right, cool. So that's not gonna go through. But how is it next checkout when it's like two different things that are running, right? So this is the code that we have, right? So we added to click on the button for next traveler details, but here it is showing checkout. Let me see if I have a screenshot. All right, so let's see the screenshot. I think let's run it one more time so I can see the exact message, and then I'll just update this locator to it. That'll make it easier. Stop that. Let's go. So we're gonna run it again. We're going to see what's the code, the text that's here, and we'll update the text and then run it to see the to see if it passes that way. Oh, now we have shopping cart, huh? Okay, I got you. That's that's so annoying. Let's see if we can. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna put shopping cart for now, just for now. But I might have to come back and do like a if statement that like if it's shopping cart, do this. If it's shopping cart, do this. If it's trip summary, then do that. So now it's trip summary again. Retarded. Let me try it one more time. Why she goes back? Maybe they have some type of A/B testing or something that's going on. That's causing it to go back and forth, but we can always figure that out to put some type of if condition based on what the title is. All right, script summary. So that's next colon checkout. Okay, so okay. Try it again. Let's see what's going on here. I am so over Playwright. Back to shopping cart. All right, so let's do this if statement. We are not going to. So let's go to here. We're gonna do a Java if statement or JavaScript if statement. Let's do an if statement in here. All right, so let's go here. If page locator h1.text banner equals if it equals C trip summary. So now we're going to add the two things I would do if that was the case. So that okay, so now we can add this into it. Oops. So if trip summary do next checkout, else so where's the else part? Look for the else part. So else So we have that. Else, we're going to do. And if that's not the case, we're going to do here. Okay, so now it's going to check both. And then so here. All right, so now that other one was traveler information. We can just pull that up on the website. All right, so now let's do this real quick. So we're here. Had timed out. We're just getting back to it. Just want to see what it says for the.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, accept restriction. And so next, traveler detail. All right, so we are good there. Let's give it a run before we go to break. So stop this. What do we have? We have an if statement here saying if the text banner has trip summary, then do this set of tests. If it doesn't have that, then use the text for shopping cart, and the functionality it goes a different path. All right, let's give it a run. Okay. All right, so something failed. Let's see what failed. So expect to have trip summary. So we said if oh, okay, so this one has to be all right, that's my bad. So this one has to be let's see, this has to be hold on. All inner text. Get by text. No. Do text content. Okay, cool. So see. Let's go with that. All right, let's do one more run. I think after that we may be done. So let's go. Let's see. I think that will be considered a win if we can get that far. But for the most part, we know how to use Playwright now. We can add that to our resume. Which one is that? So I went into this one and it said that waiting for locator. It's complicated because you can't actually see the trip summary. Like I can't see it when I'm navigating through the regular browser. Okay. To have text. So I got to this one. H1 text banner. All right. Well, let's go to break. All right. So JetBlue is giving us a little. I don't know. I don't know if they have A/B testing or something, where they're giving us different information when we run it in one way. Because we could see that when we were running it, right? Sometimes we'd have the trip summary, and sometimes we'd have the shopping cart. Not sure what's up with that in particularly, but as you can see, that is outside of Playwright. We would have the same issue with Selenium or with any other automation framework that we would have to work around. But we know how to use Playwright now. So we can add JavaScript to our profile. We can add Playwright to our profile. Not very complicated. Just got to get used to the syntax. But what I would like to, what I'll probably do, we might go for one more segment where I try to clean up this text because I hate having all of this XPath and CSS selectors and everything inside the actual test. So we're gonna try to clean that up. Excuse me, and do some form of like the page object model for it, and then we'll go from there. But in the meantime, we are going to start our code review. All right, so let me get to that. Before I even put the 5 minutes up, let me pause that and let me pull it up. All right. And it's so right with the code reviews, like I was saying, I was requiring the people who need a code review to do a pull request, so I could do the code review and leave comments. And the good thing is, now they're getting more familiar with how to create these pull requests. So and they can just assign it to me, and I can give the feedback that way. So we have 2 of them to do, or do we have 2? Okay, so yeah, let's do 2 of them. So I approved one last week actually, so I don't think I need to do anything with this one. And then for that one, for the add new test cases, we are going to do that one together. Okay, so let's go here. We're going to review, add new test case for review, verify, remove one item from cart. So let's open that up. Okay. Let's go to files changed. All right, so let's see. So, all right, so this is good. I think I had advised of that last time, so that's good. Very good. Okay. This is good. This is good. I mean, this is pretty much all the same thing so far. Last time that was the majority of my changes just to do that. So all right, so we're here. So far this is all from like code review from previous. All right, so I think this is the new test. All right, so here we go. Perfect. Okay, good. Good. All right, so this is good practice right here, right? Having this at the beginning of the test instead of like scattered throughout the test. So uh, okay. So let's do that. Oh, I forgot to start the clock. Okay. So far, nothing that I see stands out. This looks really, really good. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is a new test case. So far so good. All right. So far. Results. So this should be moved to a page object. All right. What else we got? So oh, wait a second. So yeah, this is a test. So that should be moved. Okay. All right, locators. Okay, so these IDs are not good at the bottom. These type of selectors will very flaky test. Flaky test will fail. All right. So we have that. Another thing though is I prefer to have the locators separated out into different pages. So I'll just mention that. So not one file for all the locators. All right. So that's how I think about that. Let's see what else we got. Well, that's done. So I'm going to approve it with those comments, but this was pretty good. Very good, actually.
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
All right, we are done with that. Let's go back here. Okay. So the last thing we're gonna do, because the last thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to optimize this code a little bit, and then we are gonna wrap it up. I have had enough of Playwright and of JavaScript, and just want to go back to my Python and my Java and call it a day. But we are going to try to optimize this and figure out creating these the page objects and all that good stuff, right? Not sure what to expect, but we'll do some research, right? So let's go to that. All right, so let's go here. Actually. Okay, let's see how to do this. So this says page object models. Large test suites can be structured to optimize ease of authoring and maintenance. Page object models are one such approach to structure your test suite. A page object represents a part of your web application. An e-commerce web application might have a home page, a listing page, and a checkout page. Each of them can be represented by page objects. Page objects simplify authoring by creating high-level API, which suits your application and simplifies maintenance by capturing element selectors in one place and creates reusable code to avoid code repetition, right? So implementation, we'll create a Playwright dev page helper class to encapsulate common operations of the playwright.dev page. Internally, it will use the page object. All right, so let's see. So we are going to do see here. Well, we're doing JavaScript, so let's do JavaScript. And let's see. All right, let's put our 20 minutes up, by the way. All right, let's see here. So just looking through this documentation.
Do you know why a lot of people
So let's do this page object model. So I'm going to create a folder here. We're going to do new directory, pages, and we're going to do new JavaScript file. And we'll name that let's see, let's call this home page. All right, and then we are going to do expect equals require at Playwright test. Okay, and then we're going to do exports dot home. All right, so now we have that. And we're going to do constructor page. This page equals page. So like the concept of this between Selenium, like it makes sense. It's just understanding, the syntax a little better. So, all right, so if we go, I'm going to pull up JetBlue's homepage in one over here. All right, now this dot page. So what is the first thing so here we're gonna need these things over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna split the screen. Move right. And now let's minimize this one right here. Okay, so now we see let's scroll up over here to see the ones from the home page. This dot departure input field equals page dot locator. So we can just copy it from over here, right? And then, so what we can do, we can just copy this whole thing right here, right? So here, this dot destination then this dot choose flight. So here we're gonna call this what is this doing? So we're gonna go here, go here. This dot choose flight location. Say iframe. This iframe equals page dot. All right, and then switch to iframe, and then anything else. All right, so then we have all right. All right, so we have these. So now we have to call it into the page, right? So now we're gonna go into here and call this into the homepage page object into the test, right? So let's go up here. So right under test, we're gonna say const home. This should be lowercase. So we're going to import homepage. Okay, and then homepage equals require pages homepage. All right. So now we should be able to go here and say home page equals new. All right, so this is starting to look a lot more familiar. Okay, page. And then we say, we will leave that one, and then we'll say, leave those two. Now, once we get to here, we are going to say home page dot departure input field dot fill so it's not this, so we need okay, so let's say we get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that. So let's get rid of that. So let's do home page dot switch to iframe. dot click. Okay, so get rid of that one. And okay, so we need an await here. And then here we're gonna say homepage. Okay, so we got that one. And then departure date. All right, so this one, all right, we need one for this one. This date picker equals. All right, so now let's update this one. Page date picker. Oops. So I think we can, let's try to run it here and see what happens, right? And if that works, then we pretty much have the foundation of how to do the page object model in Playwright. And we can leave it at that. So let's do this. Run it again. So there's an error. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. So conts homepage. Let's see what's going on here. Let's try again. Maybe it's so it's a location issue. Oh, what's going on with this? Oh, I think I know what it is. No, hold on.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
We have to well, we export Playwright. Exports. Oh, okay. So this has to be a capital H. All right, let's try that again. Nope. What's going on here? So let's see. Cannot find pages model. All right, let's try that. Okay, here we go. So it was the path that we had wrong. So it's running. And it failed. All right, where did it fail? On switch to frame, click. All right, so let's look at the frame. Okay, so we had to click on this, so we have to remove this click. Close that. And now if we run it again, that should work in theory. Let's see. Okay, so the page object model worked. So that's awesome.
We the best.
And so we had that issue where it's offering us two different pages once we go to checkout. One time, sometimes it's trip summary, and sometimes it's checkout or it's shopping cart, right? But that's okay because we got our main objective done of testing out Playwright, setting up the page object model, and all that good stuff. So I think this was a success. So shout out to that. All right. So I don't know what happened to the stream that it ended, but this is gonna upload. Well, if you're watching this part, that means you already know that I uploaded the rest of the show. And thank you for watching. But if you haven't yet, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But I have got to go, got things to do, meetings to prepare for, coaching sessions to prepare for, full day, right? So for those who are off tomorrow on Labor Day, happy Labor Day to you. But make the most of the day because time does not stop moving just because we have a holiday. So continue to work. All right. Until next time, my friends and my family, you guys take care. Let me pull full screen. You guys take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And until next time, see you guys on Tuesday. Look out for Candid Conversations tomorrow. See you guys on Tuesday for Q&A session and all that good stuff. But until next time, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
of the North. Today we have tasted the sweet nectar of victory. Our foes indeed defeated, and their lands are now bowed before us. The gods themselves have favored our glorious deeds on this glorious day. We have shed blood, sweat, and tears to claim this land. Our relentless spirit, our unyielding determination, these are the very essence of our people. The spirit of our ancestors rejoice in the halls of Valhalla, for today we have added to their eternal glory. Our victories will echo throughout the ages, and our names will be etched in the annals of history. But let us not forget the present pain the brothers and sisters we lost. They now feast in the hall of our forefathers, watching over us with pride. Their sacrifice has paved the way for this moment of triumph. As we celebrate this conquest, let us also remember that our journey is far from over. More land awaits our conquest, more battles upon us forth, and the fire in our hearts burn ever brighter, for there is no limit to what we can achieve. To those who dare stand against us, let them tremble in fear, for they shall witness the fury of the northern storm, the wrath of the untamed barbarians. Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow we set our sights on new horizons, a charted land where our banners will fly high. We are Vikings, we're barbarians, we are masters of conquest.
We the best. I appreciate you.